wombo combo.
But
You have to
then
remember that the original combo was Jarvan Rumble.
I'm
For
not
example.
I'm not blaming the Jarvan ban. I'm blaming the fact that they went Narvin or Nar then Jarvan, as opposed to banning Jarvan and leaving Nar out because Gatsby has not shown Nar this entire tournament, and Nar is not especially incredibly strong right now. I mean, he's at the top tier, but he's been nerfed a little bit recently.
And then the last ban is Kennen.
Yeah, the last ban will be Kennen again. A lot of respect for Gamely coming out here. He's been a beast in the top lane. So is General Gatsby. This is actually a really intense match because both these top laners have been carrying so hard in their games. So it's going to be really fun to watch that go down.
Yeah,
But,
reminding people that the stakes for this game is a place in the best of 3 finals.
That's right. And they're both honestly really fun teams to watch. So either way, I'm not going to be sad about who wins, who loses. We do have Thresh being locked in for Ji-Yun. I think that's the 3rd or 4th time today he's played that champion. Almost every game Ji-Yun has played Thresh. We do have Vi being locked in for Jinte. That is going to be the 2nd or 3rd time he plays Vi. Jinte is all about going all in. So this works really well for him.
Yeah, Ji-Young's been doing really good on Thresh today. Landing key hooks at key places.
We do have Pantheon and Sivir getting locked in from the blue team. We saw Hyun play Sivir. Seems to be a champion that he's comfortable on. So that's not a bad pickup for them. We do have Pantheon. Not sure if that's going to be a jungler or not. The Lissandra could still be a flex pick for mid as well at this moment.
I'm curious to see how Hyun is going to do on Sivir this game because he did do poorly in lane the few times we've spectated, but he's really caught up when it came to team fighting.
We do have Lucian locked in again. Lucian Thresh lane, pretty safe lane. We've seen it before from this team actually.
It's a classic one.
Yeah, Warlock played really quite well about a couple games ago, diving in inhibitor and Nexus towers to try and get kills on Lucian. Played out of his mind actually, but it's going to be in his ear in the mid lane. I think that is the 2nd time Poo Hat has played this champion. He's played Ari twice. I think, but going to see who is going to be in the mid lane right now. 2 supports being hovered over. Actually, it's going to be Aurelia being hovered over. So it is going to be a jungle Pantheon, I do think, and
Irelia Nami.
yeah, interesting. Nope,
Back to
Kassadin.
Kassadin.
Julie L looks like she wants to, or he wants to play. I don't know if that is he or she.
Teleport, T.
Alright, but
They're
so,
all guys.
yeah, are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Julie L looking for maybe another carry mid laner. Either Lissandra or Kassadin will work in the top lane, but they're fighting an unknown top laner. That's really the big danger of picking right now. Lissandra would be the safe pick. So they're going to pick Annie for the mid lane. Looks like an Annie mid lane. Lots of lockup, but also the Sivir ultimate complements all these champions very well, actually. So they do have a lot of synergy between their champions. So does the purple team.
How is Azir going to do against an Annie? I've never really seen that matchup played.
You know what? I'm not that sure. I would imagine pretty well because Annie's cone, her W, she needs to be basically within your QE range.
She does have a higher range than Azir.
By very little, yeah. Her W, though, probably going to be a little bit hard because Azir can pop a QE combo very quickly, maybe negate that. And it looks like Aurelia being hovered over. Nope, back to Fizz. Not sure who the general is going to take. It looks like it's going to be AD Fizz once again, taking after Quas from earlier today. It's become a thing over the day. Beware in your solo queue game near you.
Well, ever since they got pulled out into LCS, and also thanks to solo queues, it's really becoming popular, strangely enough.
I think it's because he has magic damage on hit. So basically, it means that you can go Trinity Force and be like a Jax with a mini W active all the time. So it's actually pretty strong for fighting people in lane because they can't build defensively against you. And on top of that, you get basic attack damage reduction on your passive. So he's a really good duelist at the same time. He's deceptively good at dueling, just jousting, just basic attacking. So there is that.
And we'll be
About
in
Fizz.
game in 3 minutes. So, what do you think of the team comps as a whole? Who's got the composition advantage? I do like the blue team's composition, really basing themselves off speed with the Pantheon ult and the Sivir ult.
Yeah, this is the thing. There's
They played it on the first game we spectated them in to great effect, actually.
This is the thing. If the Thresh lands a hook onto Pantheon or Lissandra, not very good targets. Might get punished for that very severely. Annie, if she gets some sort of cleanse, or if Nami gets a Mikael's hook onto Annie, won't mean a lot. So there's actually not a lot that Thresh can go on, and then Sivir has her spell shield, and I'm sure Banshee's Veils will be bought for this game, especially considering Fizz and Thresh and Vi are here.
My concern is that July L is going to be in top lane this game, and Gamely is going to be in the mid lane.
Oh, interesting.
And they decided to switch roles, probably because both Tryndamere and Katarina were banned.
Yeah, I'm a little
Which are
bit.
their mains.
I'm a little bit sad about that because I thought Gamely versus Gatsby would be a really fun matchup, but
Oh, July L versus Gatsby is also going to be interesting.
very true. Let's see what happens here. Ji Yun sporting the Ignite, going all in. Yeah, we have Annie with the fire. These players playing appropriately, except for I'm a Warlock and Jinte, putting the summoner spells in the right place. And Hyun, doing it wrong. Doing it wrong.
Is it F for flash or D for dash?
D for dash.
But it's not a dash, it's a blink, technically. So everyone should put it on B.
Yeah, bro.
There you go.
It's right underneath E, and that's Ezreal's blink. So you see what I mean? It's it's almost the same thing.
I put it on D just because it's closer to where my hand is. And
It's not a
comfortable in my
blink.
opinion.
It's a dink. It's a dash.
it's a dink,
A blink.
a rinky tinky dink.
Yeah. And the bird doesn't have anything. He only has dash. No
well,
fire.
The bird is the word.
I wonder what the best summoner spell is on his ear actually in this case. Well, for Annie
Well,
it makes sense.
In my opinion, he is doing well to go with barrier.
Yeah, it's true. When she's sporting Ignite, a
Because
heal
there's
doesn't
so
do
much
anything.
burst damage that he might need that extra health.
Yeah.
5 seconds to go. Let's see who wins the skin war as well.
I'm
I
pretty-
always enjoy looking at what skins people use. I'm a big skin collector myself.
Yeah. How many skins do you have?
Too many.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I have way too many skins. I feel bad about it. But I've been playing this game for 4 years, so I don't feel too bad about supporting the game.
Same. I started fall 2011.
Yeah, it makes me feel less bad. Pretty excited for this
And
game.
it's almost like paying the price of a subscription anyways, so,
Oh yeah, yeah.
they call it free to play for a reason. Should be fee to play.
Fee to play. It's true. We do have a naked Thresh in his ear. Very disappointed. Naked Pantheon in Lissandra. Also disappointed. I'm gonna give it to.
From Queen Annie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to that team. I'm a
I
fan of
like-
that silver skin.
Yeah. I prefer my Pack Silver skin though.
Yeah, I got that one too. Let's tout each other's pack skins.
For Pack Slim recognition.
For sure.
Oh, that was easy. And there we go. We are going to be in game.
Teams are loading in. We're going to set up the UI real quick.
Here we go.
And it's all set up already.
Fantastic. And they're off.
Okay, Annie with a crystalline flask. Interesting.
Probably afraid of the trade with Azir. He does do a lot of damage.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think even though Annie...
But Annie farms with her Q anyways and
Yeah.
regains all her mana if she kills a target with it. Therefore, she doesn't really need mana regen.
It might help her trade a little bit against Azir. Like you said, I think, Annie, she does get slightly superior range, but Azir, if Annie is walking away, Azir gets the hands up by ending the trade with the last one to damage. So he can win trades based off of that. It's not that bad of an idea to go with Crystalline Flask to sustain through these exchanges.
I mean, Fizz is going with, Flask and health pots, but he's expecting to get a lot of harass from Lissandra.
That makes sense.
Minions have spawned.
So standard starts from both teams.
We're gonna
Blue
get.
side opting to start with golems or red buff.
We're only gonna get that one ward for the
And
upper side of the map.
They are going to go. Where are they going? Okay, he's starting at Gromp actually.
It's not a bad idea, but
Both teams starting at Gromp.
yeah.
The downside is he is starting late, so Vi is going to have an advantage.
Started really late.
And on his own, he doesn't have anyone to help him.
That's a little bit strange.
And we get a pause.
Get a
Why
pause
not,
coming
you
out.
know?
Yeah, I think maybe there's a little bit of disconnection or something happening there because it's very strange for that team not to be prepared for their jungle. Wouldn't expect it out of them unless there's some other strategy at play, but I really don't think so. I think there probably was something going on here to make that Pantheon start slow and have this pause come in. But yeah, we are going to see a little bit of warding coming out on the bottom side of the map. For the red team, at their entrance of their jungle, they're just wondering if Pantheon is going to go from his red to their blue. Evidently he's not, so... oh wow, trading early. Nami leaving the game.
And yet another pause. Let's go check the chat. There is a disconnection actually.
Sorry about that, folks. It happens at LAN events quite often. But looks like she reconnected quickly. Nami, please. Yep.
Gooby, please. Why?
Alright, let's turn that off. But coming back in the game, they punished Nami quite a lot during that time. They got Q'd down to 40% HP very quickly. If it wasn't for that heal. It's gonna be a really hard lane for the general. I'm curious to see if he's gonna go hard on this Lissandra. I don't know if he's gonna have the option to at level 6. Oh, wow, the hook comes out though. This is an early first blood. Nice job by Warlock, killing that Sivir very quickly.
And Sivir out of position. She should not be out in the open like that when the enemy team has a level advantage.
We do have Vi completing red buff as Pantheon has not even made his way to the red buff area yet.
We are probably going to be seeing focus of ganks in the top lane to help General Gatsby survive the harass from the Sun.
Yeah, I'm surprised Vi took her time attacking the Scuttlecraft instead of going off and ganking the Lissandra right away. Instead, Lissandra's going to put a ward in the Tri-Brush. Wow, General Gatsby going hard, but is pretty low on health. He's going to take the damage from that as well.
He traded well.
Yeah, he did trade very well. That is true. Fizz's burst is still a lot to deal with, so does have a lot of chance to win this lane, especially with the way he's been playing this tournament.
Sivir is just hit level 2.
Asura,
He is extremely far behind.
Asura Tenshi needs to capitalize on those moments. When Thresh is not there, I mean, it's hard for them to tell. We do have Pantheon ganking the mid lane, though. He does jump onto Azir. Azir's in a ton of trouble. We do have Vi coming out here. She will use the Q onto Pantheon, stopping Pantheon.
And then Vi stun, forced
Oh
to flash
no.
away.
Vi in trouble now. There comes the Lantern.
And the bot lane comes to save their mid and jungle.
Yeah, that'll be a safe exit for
Meanwhile,
Pupuhat.
Fizz keep coming in onto the Sandra.
Every
playing
time his
pretty
cooldowns
aggressive.
are up. Every time his cooldowns are up. Just goes hard. So, their team performing really well as a team already. Helping each other out. Doing what they do. Oh! 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 Oh. So close.
Oh,
But he's gonna
takes
go down from this, right?
narrowly. No, he survives.
He survives. The minions were not enough to stop the general. The general getting his first kill under 5 minutes. That's incredible. Against Alessandra, who's supposed to be a safe laner. Well, when your mechanical skill outweighs your opponent by a lot, you can just do those things. And General
And again,
Gatsby using...
it shows that they're not playing with their main top laner in top lane.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know what Juliel plays, but
Juliel plays a lot of Katarina.
okay. But yeah, no,
He
Gatsby's
could have
been
gone Katarina top as well, but
Gatsby's been performing really well with this. Do have Hyun clearing out these minions here. Not much for there to do on the map right now. When the bottom lane comes back, they might look to make a play. It looks like Vi is setting up a vision around the dragon area. So if they can make a play bottom, they can go and take the dragon very easily. They have a ton of DPS on their side. Oh wow, we have Gatsby going hard. He's already level 6 and she's not. The knock-up is going to stop her from using her E to get away. That was perfectly timed. Not for July.
Is extremely low. You should maybe consider going back.
Yeah, once the Trickster
But his
cooldown's
teleport is
back up. Yeah, once the Trickster cooldown's back up, you can just dive that super easily. It is going to be Jinte just soloing Dragon instead. He wasn't setting up vision, he was punching the Dragon to death alone. Apparently every jungle in the game can do that at
But
level
no
3
one
now.
expects it
No.
at 6 minutes.
Yeah, especially this team. You can tell that the blue team feels a little bit intimidated by the red team with their picks and the way they moved around. They have people who are not in positions they're comfortable being. There's no vision coverage on the bottom side of the map whatsoever from the blue team. It's very awkward for them, you can tell.
And this game, as I remind people, the winner of this game goes to the finals.
Oh, Gatsby, maybe getting outplayed here a little bit. Nope, he won't fall. July, still not 6, could not capitalize on that tower dive, mishap tower dive. You have Hyun doing some damage here, but the both barely missing. But the double knockup going through, unfortunately the boomerang just came off cooldown then, and he's going to deal a ton of damage to Thresh. But here we have Gatsby, tower being chipped away by the minions, and he attracts the attention of Urgot, and Urgot is not in the right place, or rather, doesn't have enough damage to take out Fizz, just like that.
Fizz out CSing Lissandra by 15.
He's been
And
putting
Lucian out CSing Sivir by 20, 25.
He's been putting the fear of the whatever they're called, the Watchers, into Lissandra. Like making Lissandra really afraid of walking up out of her tower. Do have another pause, probably another DC.
Probably from the same person.
Update your hardware, people.
Do not play on max.
Oh, the Wi-Fi.
That's personal.
Oh, there you go. It's gonna resume. Alright, back into the game. Urgot taking his blue.
Back in the game.
Yeah, he's hasn't really done much this
Hasn't
game.
given it to Annie, so I mean Annie doesn't really need to.
He went Rangers, and playing Pantheon. I mean, that makes sense early, but he hasn't really ganked. He hasn't done anything in that regard. He could have gone top fairly easily, I think, but I think he fears a counter gank. But without ward coverage on the bottom side of the map, he won't be able to make plays elsewhere. So, because then if Vi does show bottom, then you will be able to. But, well, the flash coming up from Poo Head, Urgod jumping down but not doing anything. Oh, nice bait from the shield. Does not use the light slender right away, but does take a tower shot. That is super close to dead. Wow, the auto attack and ignite will finish off Sivir, right? No.
No, she lives with under 10 health. That is really close.
Oh man. You could see Thresh trying to wind up another basic attack and then realizing it's too late, and then he tries to Q because he realizes he's out of range. But no dice, Gion. But Gion playing really well this tournament, making a lot of plays on Thresh.
And I'm a Warlock hold. They work really well together.
Yeah, definitely. Already have Lissandra moving to the mid side of the map. For some reason, just waddling down there to see what she can do, because she does not want to be in the same lane as Fizz. Fizz literally pushing out Lissandra when Lissandra's full HP.
And Fizz having just about double the CS, already has 2 components of the Trinity Force.
That's terrifying.
He is already really far ahead compared to the Tudorans and Boots Cloth from the Sandra. So Pantheon is just going to keep on clearing his jungle, and Gainly ganking Jiyoung in his blue. Tibbers released, but Jiyoung escapes, and Gainly will not chase. Oh, but he hooks, and Gainly's getting caught out by 4 members. By ultimate, Azir, everything is laid down, and that's Annie down.
Really nicely done from the red team, taking control of this game one step at a time, and the blue team, ever since this game started, seems to be pretty hesitant to do anything, especially Pantheon and Lissandra. They have their ultimates now, and they haven't been using them very well. Pantheon's pressure for ganks, 3-6, is incredibly strong, but he hasn't been using that. There is going to be a TP and an ultimate coming out, but the knockup comes out from Fizz before the teleport went off. It is going to delay Juliel from engaging, or Juliel rather.
And really, blue team should have waited for the Pantheon ult to show up before engaging.
Before
It's
the
a
teleport,
bit of mistiming by the team.
They needed one to happen before the other, but that was good of Fizz rather, throwing the ulti. I'm sure his intention was to stop the teleport with the knockup, but he didn't. However, it was still good because when Juliel spawned in the bottom lane after the teleport, he got knocked up, and then that prevented him from using any of his cooldowns to actually lock down any of the enemy teams. So, well played on both parts actually, I think, but red team getting more out of that, evidently. They're just putting pressure on the map, but here comes Hyun, gets the hook. Hyun is out of position, he does not have his team with it, and that is a free kill for Emma Warlock. Warlock is 201 with a BF sword on top of what Sivir has. That is massive AD lead. You have Urgod spawning out a pink ward. Not walking away from it like most people do.
Top lane turret is nearly down. Daryl Gatsby going for the gang.
Oh, Gatsby. What I really like about the way the red team is playing is that they're not overly cocky. They know that the other team is... They have to respect their skill. But they're taking it slow, and they're taking control slowly, and I like the way they're doing it.
Yes, and at 13 minutes they already have just under a 4k gold lead.
You have the tower going down immediately. The ultimate comes out from Lissandra though. Ooh, he's going to Trickster out of the way. Jinte getting in the wrong place at the wrong time. The Tibbers comes down. It was really nicely timed from that team. They caught vision with the pink, so, or rather with the brush ward, so. Oh, however, Hyun gonna pop the ulti, try and save his teammates. He will miss the boomerang. The culling comes
And
out.
he's very low.
Urgod also very low. Ooh, the dragon gets the AoE onto them too, and he is so close to dying. Poo Poo Hat smells blood. Looks like the
And the minions get it.
are gonna get it for Warlock.
So credit for I'm a Warlock.
Oh, oh, nice play. They didn't get the aggro of the dragon though, so it actually doesn't count for much. The wall comes up, and 2 are dead. Surprised that Ji-Yun didn't go down, but you could tell how confident Ji-Yun is in his thresh skills. He's so good at getting in, getting out of situations. They are going to get a free dragon off of this. So well played for the red team. Oh.
And Pantheon's coming in.
And Pantheon gets
Ji-Yun
1 kill.
and gets deleted.
Yeah, that was pretty expected. That does allow July to put some pressure up in the top lane, but I mean, it's not, you know, it's a going away prize. It's the only thing they can get at this point because their other tower is about to fall.
But at the moment, something is better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Do have a couple of lanes getting their out CS by over 40, including the top and bottom lanes.
And in fact, July is not even going to destroy the top lane turret. He's just going to base while General Gatsby gets back to lane, running back up through the river.
General Gatsby had a pre-13-minute Trinity Force. That is pretty sick.
And he's 201.
120 CS at 15
And I'm a
minutes.
Warlock.
That's pretty. It's pretty good.
One as well.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Missed a couple of waves, but it's not bad. Ergot picking up his blue again. Not going in and over to anybody. Hasn't been putting a lot of pressure on the map though, to be quite honest. I mean, oh wow, Gatsby gonna 1v2 this? Maybe not. I don't think so. He's gonna get stunned up by Ergot. This looks like certainly a dead Gatsby, but he will actually get away. Maybe flash.
Oh, the ward completely missing where he should have been.
He needs a flash here. Right. No. Oh. How did he not cast Q? Oh boy, or God. Come on.
That was greedy.
Baited and outsmarted. Alright, Anti-Tibbers comes down, the stun locks onto Lucian. He's gonna grab the teddy bear, but it's not good enough. Culling comes out, and it will kill
Poor Mr. Tibbers.
Mr. Fancy Tibbers. You have Azir poking his beak about. Wave gonna come out and
It
hit a
does
Sand
feel
Soldier.
that Team Placeholder, the blue team, is very panicky at the moment.
Yeah.
They're itching for kills, and
Yeah.
they're playing very disorderly.
What happens when a Nami wave hits Azir? Does he like get like muddy? Is he made of sand like Gara is?
Who knows? I really don't have that answer.
I saw the wave pass over his soldier, and I was just thinking, you know, I think the soldier would just probably fall.
That would be great.
Would probably crumble.
We found the counter to his here, guys.
That's the thing though. Magic water is not actually water. It doesn't get things that just knock people out.
For attention getting
Cuckoo
kill,
Hat getting
lands a bubble.
CC'd. Very nicely
2 for
played from the
0.
blue team. They finally get something out of that. Gatsby in the meantime going to be taking out a ward.
And I have a Warlock pushing bot lane. Probably going to get that turret.
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile.
Yeah. So they do pick up 2 kills, but it will be just to even things out a little bit. The red team still 7k above. They're 2 towers up on the blue team. Wow, July L getting beasted by this Fizz. Doesn't even need the ultimate. Whatever that was, tick down probably is W. We do have Lucian looking for Pantheon. This is really dangerous though. He needs to get over this wall right now. And he's good. Evil little child laughing actually stuns people. Right. Gatsby maybe can take this turret. With Trinity Force you get a lot of turret taking potential. And he does take it. On top of that, Fizz has really good base AD, so Trinity Force is a really good item on him.
That Tibbers keeps getting poked every time it's out.
I think Ji Yang's like, yeah, my team's fine. They just need to kill the neutral monsters now. That's what his job is. Kill monsters. So we do have the mid tower going down just from pure pressure and being out-rotated fairly easily. Blue team really playing reactively. Trying a little magical journey there with the QE combo with Azir. I love seeing those. That's what the developers dubbed them, magical journeys. It's Daniel Z. Klein.
Or did you name them?
No. It's Daniel, the developer of Azir. So the guy. Coming in, the red team coming in could apply pressure at any part of the map right now, but they look like they want to set up for Dragon. It's coming up in about a minute and 10. The bottom and mid lane could be pushed out by 1 wave, 1.5 wave by that time. So I want to see what the blue team decides to set up next, because they really desperately need a play right now. They need to catch somebody out and then take a tower. Because at the moment, they're applying no pressure on any part of the map. And the red team basically feels like they can take over. But the stun comes out, beautifully played. The Sivir ultimate comes out. The wave misses though. This would be a perfect call for it, but instead the box is going to be separating everybody. Hyun gets taken very low. Gatsby gets exhausted. He's supposed to flash over the wall. Hyun gets taken out finally by Vi. Do have Lissandra being chased down, and Jinte being followed by the rest of the team. It's a 2-for-1 so far, but Annie is full HP. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Annie is dead. So is Nami and Pantheon surely going to die here. They took the wrong way out of town. They should have probably went south, but they went north, and they didn't realize, oh yeah, that's not our base. Nami was walking under a turret there. Not too sure what that was about. But this means that it's going to be a free lane for the red team. They're definitely going to barrel on through here, even though the dragon is live. This is a guaranteed tower, might as well take it.
And with 11,000 gold lead, now it's becoming 12,000 gold lead. This game is already just about out of hand for the blue team.
Yeah, I mean, technically 5 times their amount of towers and 5 times the amount of kills. Or 3 times the amount of kills, so looking very strong. Nice cute little heart ward there for Valentine's Day.
I guess Jinx doesn't get the... Still gets the dragon.
Yeah.
No matter.
Blue team is playing reactively this entire game. It's not been the battle of Titans we were expecting. They've been pretty hesitant and been, you know...
And look at that CS difference in the top lane and for the ADCs.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And the gold difference
Yeah.
is like, it reflects the CS score double.
Lucian literally has 4,000 gold on Silver. That is
That's
incredible.
an infinity edge.
That's
And
a
if you look at
full tier
Silver's
3
build,
item.
she doesn't have anything.
She has 4 doors words.
Which, unless you're Rengar, is a very silly build if you ask me.
Well, I mean, no, it's fine if you're behind. That's the point. She's really far behind, so she's making herself useful, but in the long run, that's going to be really bad because you're wasting a lot of gold. We have the ultimate coming out. That's really all she's being used for, and the stun comes out. They're going to pick off Ji-Yun, and this is what they got to do. They got to pop the Sivir ulti and just make picks. That's exactly what they should have been doing from the start, but they lost laning phase so hard that it was very hard to transition into this part of the game where they can do this kind of strategy.
One big thing that E8 are doing, they are denying CSing for both the top lane and the bot lane by being present near those waves when Sivir or Lissandra try to go and farm. They're really putting them at spots where they have to put themselves in danger to go farm.
Yeah, red team really showing that they deserve to be finalists in this tournament. Hoping to take this game fairly soon because it's 22 minutes and they have a sizable lead. They're going to show their strength, maybe flex their muscles as they have in past games. Know this team to be particularly...
And they're not styling anymore.
No, they're not styling right now.
The game, in my opinion. The one game they lost.
But no, they're doing really, really well for themselves. That's right, they lost a very close game before, didn't they?
Yeah, that 58-minute epic game that we had.
Yeah, that was versus...
Desu Renewal.
Yeah, which, if they do win, they'd be fighting them again, which would be great. Yeah, that'd be a great game, because... Alright, that'd be a great best of 3, actually. I'd love to see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeve. I'd like to see what else Gatsby and Pupu have as picks, because I do like watching these two players play. But we've been seeing the same thing from them a couple of times, so... Do have the Baron being pinged out from blue team. So we're going to see what the setup is for that. But at the moment, I think they control Scuttle in that area, so it's not too advisable. Yeah, that's right. So the red team does control Scuttle in that area. A little bit scary for the blue team.
Look at the map control. There's 2 wards in the jungle for the blue team compared to
And it's
4
controlling
wards for the red team in the enemy's jungle.
And it's-
They have massive map control.
What's worse about those wards is that they're controlling areas that are like usually
where the buffs are.
yeah, but they're usually accessible
Now
from
we
the
get
side
Pantheon
lanes.
being caught out.
We do have Jinte catching Pantheon out, and we have the Matrix, the fucking bullets coming out from Lucian. And Baron being started up here. Looks like it's going to be a very quick Baron at 24 minutes in the game. They're looking to close this one out with grace, finish up the job, and move on to the finals. Blue team not putting up much resistance anymore. I think seems like they've given up, or at least the way they're playing tells me that it feels like they've given up a little bit.
And now we're going to get a siege in the mid lane.
I never understand why teams do this. Unless you're really, really good at diving together. Which,
They're so
I mean,
far ahead that
you
they
have
might
the
as well
vials
try.
already. Game lead, he's going to get jumped on. We do have the Azir tower coming up. Poo Hat is going to deal massive damage to the Pantheon. 1, 2, 3 hits and he's dead.
And
So
that's
much
a 2
damage.
for 1, and they should be able to get that turret as soon as minions come.
Azir at this part of the game does so much damage. It's going to be really difficult to get him off the towers. General Gatsby going hard on Suratenshi. And Suratenshi actually surviving. Gatsby getting frozen, but quickly pulls himself out of there. Had, yeah, he had Mercury's treads. I
Really
was
good
wondering
landing
why.
by Thresh.
Yeah, I was wondering why he got out so fast, but he does have Mercury's treads. Now we have Qin fairly low, trying to defend this base. Gonna go back and heal. We do have the top lane though being pushed very hard, and they're going to retreat. Playing this very intelligently and very slowly, but that's exactly what they need to do to secure 100% win here. They're also low on resources. Good time to back. They also have time on their Baron buff, so it's a great time to back. But yeah, I was just about to say, splitting up with Baron is a really good idea. Especially if you have Gatsby, who is 605 and is an amazing duelist. Split with Baron and force somebody to fight Gatsby one-on-one, or if not, Gatsby just takes towers with a Baron buff.
And they could go with 4 in the bot lane and 1 in the top lane, and
Yeah.
they split. They have super minions in the mid lane.
Exactly. Well, as long as you split the Baron buff away from the mid lane is what's really important. As long as it's more, its presence is in more than one lane, or else you're kind of wasting the buff. Well, not completely. I mean, you can still use it, but in most cases, it's very good to do. Wow, Game League gets just deleted by Jinte. So much damage. Jinte using,
Done.
yeah, Jinte using the power of the Trinity Force, tons of damage, tons of damage smite. Second,
That's a 27-minute 4th
we
dragon.
hit 27-minute. Wow.
That's on point every time, just
Yeah,
about.
Yeah. Just about a minute or 2 away from being on point. They are going to be pressuring this tower. July. Not. Whoa. Gatsby getting locked up though. He's going to E out as Urgot tries to jump on him. Gatsby comes back in, and Urgot is the one who's going to be poked down very low. We do have Jinte also very low, showing up to the party. Warlock trying to finish somebody off. He's going to have to flash the bubble. Ji-Yun getting Gamli, but Gamli is going to stun up 2 people. Wow, the wall coming out from Poo Hat is actually going to finish off Gamli. We do have Jinte going back into the queue, tanking the tower, but it's a bad idea. Instead, Gatsby is going to be able to flash E and get a triple kill.
Can you go for the quadro?
And it's no quad.
Oh.
But,
Both Lucian and Fizz survive with next to no health. And
July,
July L is
yeah.
alone to defend.
But they do surrender.
and they
actually.
surrender.
All right. Well,
GG.
GG. That is going to be the finalists. The red team is, oh yeah, Endless 8 against
Against Team Renewal Desu.
Team Renewal.
We'll
Desu.
get that game going in a few minutes.
That'll be the best of 3 finals for the City Heroes Concordia. So we'll be back in just a moment to set that up with you.
Stay tuned.